What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the CWT Finance Show. Before we begin this video, though, I have a blog where I post all my stock market research, investing strategies, all that stuff. And the cool thing is it's completely free. If you go to the link in the description and enter your email, you'll get access to all the content for no price at all. All you gotta do is enter your email. Seems pretty fair, right? Do it right now, link in the description. And now let's get to the video. So Jeff Bezos is funding an app called Arrived. And what Arrived does is it makes it really easy to invest in rental properties. And the way they do this is by crowdfunding. So like say there's a, rental property, a vacation home, something like that on the site. Instead of actually buying a property, you can buy shares of the actual property. It kind of makes it like a company where it trades a bunch of shares. You can buy the shares, then you get access to like the money that the, rental property generates. And now you have, income on the side from rental properties. Anyway, I found the idea and I instantly found it interesting. There's several reasons why. First off, I'm a very big fan of crowdfunding. You might see one of the videos that I've made on here on Startenging, and the reason I love that is it is a crowdfunding app for startups. And the reason I love crowdfunding is there's a lot of investments that regular, normal people are just not allowed to do. There's several reasons for it. You have to be an accredited investor to invest in startups, and it's not exactly easy being an accredited investor. You have to have at least $1 million or annual income of like $200,000 to $300,000 a year, which, I would assume most people do not have. But it's kind of crazy because there's a lot of opportunity with these kinds of investments. There's a reason that rich people invest in startups. There's a lot of opportunity. And it's hard for the normal people because they're not even allowed to participate in this kind of investing. And that's why I'm such a big fan of crowdfunding, because now with like stuff like Startenging, you can actually invest into startups without having to be an accredited investor, without having to have $1 million or $200,000 to $300,000 a year income. It makes it possible for like regular normal people to take advantage of this kind of investing. And now with something like Arrived, I really like the idea of that because now regular people can start investing in rental properties a lot easier. But I also like the idea of Arrived because, one disadvantage of investing in a rental property is, when you actually buy a rental property, let's say you own the whole thing, you have to find the actual renters to use it, you have to vet them. If something goes wrong, you have to pay for it. There's a lot of people consider rental properties like passive income, but it's actually a lot of work from what I understand. But with Arrived, it's not. Maybe I don't own like the entire property, like I just own shares of it, but it turns into a completely passive way to invest because I'm not having to worry about finding renters. I'm not having to worry about paying for the things that break. It's a completely passive way for me to just make income, which I like. It's making it so easy too. And the company itself I find really interesting. So Arrived is also trying to launch their own fund. Like investors put money into the fund, they collect a management fee, and they're also finding like rental property and stuff like that to actually buy and manage. So they're basically creating their own REIT or real estate investment trust. And I find that really interesting too, because if you can get a lot of capital, those management fees are really nice. And then the shareholders of Arrived are going to make a ton of money. Jeff Bezos is funding it. And I think it's genius of him to do this because to me, this is such an amazing idea. I feel like this company has a chance to make an insane amount of money. And I really like the idea of being able to buy into real estate. Like through this way, just buying shares, not the actual homes. But the cool thing with it, well, it's cool and a negative at the same time. Like obviously with something like this, I imagine it's really illiquid. And it's this where like you can buy a stock for $5, it goes to $6 the next day, you sell it for $6 like right then. But with real estate, this ain't publicly traded, these are private homes, like private residences. So, that's something that people need to take into consideration as well. But yeah, when I heard Jeff Bezos was funding this startup, I thought the startup was actually like absolutely genius. And it's something that I want to like look more into, figure out if I want to start, investing on there or how it compares to Fundrise and the actual like returns that I'd get from it. But yeah, like if you're, interested in getting into real estate, but don't have the money to actually buy a home or don't want to worry about actually like finding renters and the responsibility, because this is a lot of work to get into real estate, then this might be something that'd be good to look into. It might be a good idea. Check it out. Let me know. And remember, join my email list, link in the description, get access to all my stock market research. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel.